Alrighty. What's going on, guys? It is Thursday, January 19th, 2023, and it is time. Uh, Apologies for being a little bit late today. Stayed up late doing chores. Overslept just a little bit. But it's all good. Guess we about to get it. Alright, let's do this. Let's get chart going. Boom. All right. So, yes, it's still dropping over yesterday. We dropped over $100 since yesterday. We've had substantial drops yesterday and today. I think yesterday we ended up dropping like 1.5% off the highs there. And today we dropped down to 39.06.75. But you see, we did get this 5200 crossover here on the 1 minute, which gave us some momentum up over the VWAP, and then he pulled back down, bounced off the 200, and it's kind of been fighting VWAP here. Big dumps, as you can see right there, from VWAP all the way down to the 200 moving average, and really quick too. This was only 2 minutes. This dropped from 39.25-ish down to about 39.16. So about almost a $10 drop in 2 minutes. So definitely some major drops. So gotta be careful today. It does look like red to yellow is working decent today. Yesterday it was not working very well because it was just so choppy that sometimes when it starts getting that choppy, just even basic strategies don't work. I feel like I'm still wiping the sleep out of my eyes. Okay, so TTM. This looks like this will reject here. But TTM's looking like 6.3 to 5.5 to 5.0 to 4.4, 4.1, 3.7. So a little bit of slowdown on the TTM, but not a lot. It's kind of an in-betweener. Kind of like yesterday. So if I was going to go long here, I'd want to see the 9 get above the 12. Otherwise, I might short against the 200. That's also an idea as well. Kind of in between. Right now, I don't see a move at the moment. Like I said, it could easily reject this 200 and it could drop down, especially with the momentum on the TTM just being so. Going from 4.1 to 3.3. Now it's looking a little better. So I guess I could have taken that long right there, but right there, that 200, which is right at 39.17. Join the bid here. I did just get a red dot, so I might regret this. 3.3 to 2.6. So that seems like a reasonable move. The 5 ticks that I was trying to get right now, it would be an exit off of the EMA 35. And, yep, went against us pretty heavily. .3 to 3.1, yeah. I'm gonna cut this here. First trade, taking a loss at 650. I'm also zoomed in a little too much. I want to see more of the chart. More like that. Um, if y'all chilling or hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and just let me know you're here. You see, we kind of popped off this area here. This may be developing some ascending support, or it may just crash down to the lower band of the view app. It bounced pretty well off the lower band of the view app. You look at yesterday though, like yesterday, it just like all it did was fail the entire day. Like there was yesterday right there. Like right here, it just was this yesterday? No, this was 2 days ago. Here's yesterday. This was yesterday right here. This whole section, all it did was fall. So yesterday basically fell from like 4,000. 4,030 all the way down to like 39.45, 39.50. Just leveled off, and we're still continuing to drop today. So on the 5-minute chart, we're heavy bearish. So I don't know. We may see some moves down here to 3,900 again, or around that spot. Let me take a short right here. All right, so we made 5 ticks back on a short drop. Getting a fresh yellow to red. Jump over on my eval side. So on the evaluation, my charts weren't working yesterday, so I didn't trade on the eval. However, I restarted my computer after the stream, and then my charts were working again, so it was actually a computer issue. And I took one trade, lost $160 like immediately, and I was just like done for the day. But you guys saw my trading yesterday, and I had a really hard time with it. Just was really struggling. A lot of buyers coming in. You can see right there in the bulls bears. Same on this side. Going long here. And I was just looking for 5 ticks up, but I actually may drop this down to just like 2. Okay. So I could have probably got the full 5. TTM now looking like 2.6 to 2.4 to 2.3. So micro stacking on it. Nice little pop there. I actually took that long trade based off of the buyers on this red one. Based off this like big upwick here. That's why I took that long trade. There is enough range to be taking like 3 to 5 ticks. This one's in between buy and sell at the moment. Watching the bulls bears pretty closely today. So we're going to be going for scalps today based off the price action. And then on top of that, all right, I'm going to go short here. I tried to. Okay, we did get $50. I'm gonna drop this to 3 ticks because I just don't want to get. I don't want to repeat it yesterday. More droppage. We have room down to about 39.05, and then we could just continue to fail like yesterday. But the lower view out's not pointed in the lower direction like it was yesterday. It's kind of flat. Long here. Long off 1150. I might regret this. Nope. We're good. Probably gonna spend most of my time in the paper trade today. And probably stay a lot away from the evaluation until we can find our footing for the day. So 2.4 to 2.4 to 2.2. You see a lot of sellers coming in right now on the Bulls Bears. Maybe a quick short. It's struggling on there. Took that one off for $50 profit. Gonna actually just switch to 2 ticks. Joining the bid here. Going long, looking for 2 ticks to the upside. Got it. So now we're up $50 on the day. It took us a little extra to get there because our first trade was such a big loss. But here we are. New candle now. The trade right now 2.2 to 2.3 to 2.4. A little more seller action coming in. We're going for like 2 tick scalps. We're doing like micro scalps today. Just gotta trade the market you're in, man. I think I entered in too low on that. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. I answered too low on that. Now back down on the day for $100. Looks like I probably could have held it, but you never know. Now with movement like today, it's gonna be in and out. If it doesn't go your way immediately, it's like I just gotta get out right away. If it doesn't just immediately go my way. That's how I've got to be trading today. Super quick. All right, back to flat on the day. Minus fees, of course. I joined the bid because I saw the buyer stacking up, then the seller just stepped right back in. I'm gonna actually hold this for a second. New candle coming now. I decided to hold on to that because I just could kind of see a little bit of buyer stacking there. just because it was kind of like I can see this upwick kind of forming. So that's why I held that. Back up $100 on the day. Challenging day so far, and I think it's probably going to be a challenging day tomorrow as well. Let's see what's on the economic calendar today. Okay, so today on the economic calendar at 5:30 we had initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims, building permits, and housing starts, as well as the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. So the initial jobless claims, the actual, median, and the previous. So the actual was 190,000. The forecast was 215,000, and the previous was 205,000. So it actually is lower on the jobless claims than they forecasted. Continuing jobless claims was previous was 1.63, new was 1.65, which makes sense. We had the 1.63, we had the 205. Building permits was forecasted at 1.35, previous is 1.35 mil, and current is 1.33 mil. So this dropped about 200K. Housing starts were better than forecasted, and less than the previous. So housing starts still going reasonably strong at 1.38 million. And the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index is down 8.9, a forecast of 10. Previous is 13.7 though, so I don't know enough about the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index though to really comment on it, other than that index improves a bit to negative 8.9 versus negative 13.7 in the prior month. So it is an improvement. By the way, guys, if you guys are chilling, hanging out, number one, make sure you like and subscribe this video, and subscribe to this channel. But also, we do have an amazing Discord community. If you're having a hard time, or if you are just needing someone to talk to about trade strategies or anything like that, our Discord community is the place to be. We have a small but growing community that is really genuinely focused on actually helping each other succeed. We talk about everything from entrepreneurship to philosophy to life. We are here to create optimistic futures for everybody, for everyday people who, regardless if your dream is to be, the world's best trader or anything else, we're here to foster that dream and foster that goal. So join our Discord community. If you need a support network or want a support network of people who are going to just build you up, this is the place to be. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord, but there's also a link in the description as well. So you guys can actually just jump right in there and join. We'd love to have you in there. When you show up, do me a favor though, introduce yourself. It is much easier to welcome people when we know that they've joined, and we can say what up. But yeah, join the conversation. I post my stats in there every day. We also have some members who are also very active, and we're just here to help. So join on in. TTM's kind of leveling off from 5.6 to 5.7. I took a long here. It took a long here because I saw this switching from red to yellow, but I am down in this trade, but now it's starting to come back a little bit. going to switch over to the evaluation side. I'm going to join the bid right here. I joined at 8,750, or sorry, on 907.50.
Order filled.
So we did get that trade. We are back into profit on our static evaluation side. Jumping over to the 50K account, and I'm going to switch to 4 contracts. And I might look for an entry off of 3908, perhaps. Maybe a little bit of a swing available here. I'm going to put this at like 5. Flatten, join. Getting pull back now to 0750. 5.4 to 4.7.
Order filled.
Join the bid there at 8.75. Looking for a move up to 950.
Order filled.
We got that on the 50K account at 4 contracts, 3 ticks. So it was 132.56 in our pocket. Nice move there. Got that trade on the paper side. Up 450 now on the paper. This is my move right here. This is my favorite move. The red to yellow. This is by far my favorite move because we'll see these where we get these like big sell-offs, and then we see all these all this movement, all this momentum happen all at once. And I really like this because it's a really easy strategy. I think it's something that any beginner can employ. I really love this strategy for that particular reason. You basically just wait for this red to switch to yellow, and then join the bid and try to take a reasonable trade. Obviously, I could have taken like 12 ticks here or more because this was like a 20 tick move. But I try and take, anywhere from like 3 to 10 up to 12. I try not to go for like 20 tick swings and stuff like that because I don't want to get caught if it doesn't completely break. But we can usually count on about 3 green candles pretty reliably. Nothing is 100%. There's no such thing as a strategy that is 100% effective or accurate. And if anybody ever tells you that, they are selling you something, and run away as fast as you can. Nobody I know in the industry that is respectful will ever tell you that something is guaranteed. So if you ever hear like guaranteed 97% accuracy trading bot or something like that, just don't bother with it. Move on. I've been in the game of marketing, sales, and all that stuff for years, and I can sniff out BS basically like 100 miles away, and that is a dead ringer for BS. Let's see, 3.7 to 2.9 on the TTM, looking good. Might actually take another trade here. Join the bid right there. I kind of wish I got it a little bit lower, like down here when it pulled back right there. But what are you gonna do? So I'm looking for a move up towards the EMA 35. So I'm in at 10 1/4. I'm looking to get out 11 1/2 on the paper side, which we did do. Nice job. Up 700. I just told myself, nice job. You know, sometimes you just got to compliment yourself, right? You just got to tell yourself what's up. What's up, Tiny? They will try that, though. Yeah, they will. Like, I'm assuming you're talking about the thing I was saying about where they're like, guaranteed 97% accuracy, that kind of thing. They will try that crap, or they'll be like, this strategy is 100% proven, and it might be 100% proven to work for that person, but I think it's really important that we develop our own strategies. I think it's okay and actually encouraged to learn from other people's strategies. You must apply your own spin on it because there's just something that is so important about applying your own style. I skateboarded for years when I was a kid, and it was really like one of the things I just loved to do. But something about skateboarding is everybody does it different. Everybody sees the lines differently. Everybody has a slightly different kickflip or a slightly different, um, varial, whatever it is. Everybody's movement or center of balance is all just slightly different, and it changes the whole look and the whole feel and the entire approach to everything. And I've taken that ideology with me throughout my entire life. Um, I heard this thing Seinfeld said one time. He was having a conversation with Chris Rock. If you guys ever watched comedians in cars getting coffee, it's one of my favorite shows. And Seinfeld was talking to Chris Rock, and he's like, I think that those skateboard kids are gonna be all right. And Chris Rock's like, "What the heck is this guy talking about?" And he goes, for them to just throw themselves off of stairs and at rails and stuff like this over and over and over again, hit the ground, hit the walls, all those types of things, just keep falling over and over, and just keep getting up and doing it again and again. It's like I think they'll be all right in life. And honestly, like trading's kind of that way too. I mean, like I'm just like waxing philosophical, but that's what we do here because that's who I am. So, but yeah, man, like trading's like that too. Like I can't tell you like how much I failed in trading before I started to get it. Like before I started to do better or get it right, or be more consistent with it, and like having just like in skateboarding, like figuring out what you did wrong, why it didn't work out, like I just remember in skateboarding being like, man, why didn't that work? I didn't have enough speed, or I didn't ollie high enough, or like, I jumped too early or jumped too late. Like trading is very, very similar to that. Where I just like ended up like racking my brain, like, what did I do wrong here? Like, I followed the strategy. I drank the Kool-Aid. This is supposed to be, a buying indicator. The RSI and the MACD told me to do it, and it's just like I had to develop my own style and my own strategy. The TTM was something I discovered quite by accident, and the way that I use it is not really a way that most people use it. But it's just you have to find your own patterns in a lot of ways. I was about to join the bid there. Should have. 39.09. It looks like a really great entry if we get that. I don't think we're gonna try to get it at 39.10. Looking for a move up to the EMA 35. Jumping back over to the evaluations side. Man. 39.10 would have been the entry over here. There's that move on that side. Up 950 now. Okay, so this is looking quite solid for an attempt above the 200 moving average. So I don't think that we're going to keep rejecting here at the 35 now, because what we have that is different here is we've got the 9 is now above the 12. We've got a cyan switch on the TTM, so we might see a pullback to about like 39.09 to 39.10 or so. In fact, I'm going to join the bid here. Try to get in at 39.10. But now we've got the 9 above the 12. We're approaching a 12.26 crossover, so we may have a move up to like 12.75.
Order filled.
In the bid there, got in at 12.25. I really wanted to get in lower than that on the eval side. Damn. Just got out with a tick. Should have just kept it where it was, but honestly, it took longer to fill than I wanted to see. We're getting a really nice move now. Gonna pull back on this chart a little bit. Now we may see a move down to the 50 EMA, which is right here at 39.13. So bounce off of 13 and then a move and a test up towards 16 might look really good. Potentially maybe a move down to the 35, which would be at 11 and a half. I don't think it's going to pull back that far. Let's see if we can get in at like, I'll even take 14. Look with it. Not gonna happen. Time on this candle is at 44 seconds. We need about 15 seconds for a new candle. Okay, there's our pullback. Not gonna get much more than that doji. I answered on the doji, which is 14 and a quarter, and I'm looking for a move up again towards the 200 moving average. There we go. We got it. Now we're up 1,500 in the paper account. Not bad considering our first trade put us down $650. This 200 moving average may act as pretty strong resistance here. So just for my own self, I'll be looking to get out before this 200 moving average up until the point to where we begin to break over it. Now, I don't mean a single break like what that was right there. I mean, I'm going to be looking for the 9 and the 12 and the 26 and stuff like that to begin to move upward. So there's a single break at the moment. We may get a rejection on the next candle, which is in about 10 seconds. That's a nice big rip there. A lot of buyers coming in. As you can see, we're just ripping straight on past that. Very strong move. We got a possible 5,200 crossover. If that happens, then we got a lot of bullish territory ahead of us. Switching over to the 3-minute chart, taking a look at it. We've got TTM switching from red to yellow, from 9.2 to 7.6 to 6.0 on the current, and that's at 8:09. So in about 30 seconds, we'll have a new 3-minute candle. On the 3-minute side, we are pulling back to around the 26. 9 is still below 12. We do have a 12.26 on the way. Switching over to the 5-minute chart, same with the 12.26 on the way. Red switching to yellow as well. This is looking very nice for a nicer, longer term breakout. 9.9 to 9.4 to 8.3. Pulling up on the 5-minute chart here and running into resistance along the EMA 35, which is right at 39.17. So switching back over to the 1, and now that we have some idea of where this might be going, there's that 39.17, which is right off that 200 moving average. 1.0 to 2.1 to 3.6 to 4.4 to 5.0 on the TTM1. We're right here along this 200 moving average. Oh, we got that 3-minute candle. I want to take a look at that. Now on the 3-minute side, we got a possible crossover of the 5,200 and of the 12.26. And that candle went from 6.3 to 5.2. So 7.6, 6.3, 5.2, 5.3. So moving up at about a factor of 1 on the TTM3. Some leveling off right here along that 200 moving average. That's a 200 simple moving average, by the way. Oh, nice. We're at thank you who subscribed. I gotta get it up here on the screen, like when somebody subscribes, it's like "Brding," you know. So, but I have a lot of work to do to make my stream better, to make this whole thing for us much better. This right here, by the way, guys, this is what I was talking about when I'm talking about our Discord community and how we're here to help each other really grow this community. Like, I'm not in there all the time. I run multiple households. Unfortunately, it's a lot of work. But I have elderly people in my life that I'm constantly like running back and forth doing stuff for them. Um, but uh, but yeah, guys, we do our Discord community is here to help each other grow, not just in trading, but as people as well. We're here to talk about things like philosophy, entrepreneurship. We're here to help foster your dreams and foster your goals. The idea is optimistic futures. It's not just about futures trading. It's not just about trading. It's about everything. It's about the mind. It's about the body. It's about the soul. It's about um, making an impact. And what that means is creating something of value that, or like a respite, a home online that people can go and they can be like, yo, this is where my people are. And that's what our Discord community is about. This is where your people are. So, if that's you, like if you're, I understand a lot of people have been like burned and hurt, and that's, you gotta just understand, hurt people will hurt other people. But that's not us. That's not what this place is. This place is a place of peace and of health and growth, for everybody. And that's what our Discord community is. And gratefully, we've only seen positive interactions in there. So and I'm really, really grateful for that. Our members are, in my opinion, our members are the best, because our community is it's there for each other. Where else do you find that? It's very difficult to find, and that's what this is about. Some cooling on the TTM on the 1 from 5.4 to 4.8. Let's measure this against a 3. Up 1,500 after our first trade put us down 650. So 6.3 to 5.4 to 4.0. We still have stacking on the TTM on the 3-minute side. I might take a move off of like 39.14, 39.15 area. Really kind of this area that we're at right now. Try to join the bid. Entered at 15 and a quarter. I tried to get it when it was in that 14 range. 5.4 to 4.1. You can see that we're running into resistance here along the EMA 35. I don't think that's going to hold, though. I do think that this is going to break upward. We do have a lot of momentum gearing us that direction, so... Ooh, a lot of seller volume just came in. Major sell volume. You can see right there on the Bulls Bears. I might need to cut this trade. We're at the risk limit right now. We just went over. Yeah, I'm out. Loss of 450 on that one. Still up over 1,000 on the day. Not sweating it. TTM now looking like 5.4 to 4.5 to 3.5. So we are still moving at about a factor of 1. But now I'm going to need to see on the 3-minute chart the 9 get above the 12 after that kind of drop. Because I want to see this crossover actually take place. But in order for that to happen, I just think that we're going to need to get a lot of buyer volume coming in. Our next trade we'll probably go for will be like 8 ticks. I love this. And just the growth mentality of saying, like, I have so much more to learn. Like, I'll never pretend to be an expert like at anything. It's just like I think that humans are just endlessly learning. And I think that there is a direct correlation between people who constantly focus on their growth, um, and people who don't. And the people who don't focus on their growth have a significantly higher chance of developing dementia. The people who don't, like, they just want like everything to be the exact same all the time and whatnot, they have a significantly higher chance of developing dementia over time. And learning, go figure, endlessly learning and reading and stuff like that actually reduces your risk of getting dementia and other things. This goes back to what I was talking about, in terms of you have to develop your own style. And I think that this is important to acknowledge when an indicator is getting in the way of your strategy. I think all those things are incredibly important, for actually developing your own trade strategy. 4.5 to 3.7 on the TTM3. So now moving at about point 0.8. So that is less momentum than what we've had over these previous candles. We've done well in the evaluation today. We're up 165.12 in the 50K. This does have a group function, and we're up 66.28 in the 100K. The 100K, we're only up $31 on the account as a whole because we were up like 120 something or so. And then I took a trade yesterday that dropped me down 160 bucks. So this has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row. Now TTM from 3.8 to 3.1 on the TTM3. I still think this is going to pop. There's still more sacking happening on the TTM. You can see there was a ton of sell volume basically in the last 3 candles on the TTM3. This was almost all sells. This was almost all sells, and this one too. And the current one is also in the sell territory. Holding pretty well at around 39.10 though, with as many candles that have been like solid red sell candles. It's holding fairly well. We're getting around 2,800 contracts traded per minute. So this is actually kind of nice if we pull back a little bit. If we look at our moving averages here, we can actually see that the 9 and the 12, or the 9 and the 26, are kind of kissing right there. The 9 has just dropped below the 12, indicating more bearish movement, as well as we're getting a switch to a red candle on the TTM. So we made a further move down. In fact, I'm going to switch this to just 3 ticks, and I might take a short right here real quick. See if it drops down. But if it doesn't, I think that we may have another opportunity here for a pop. Popped a little bit more than I expected to on this candle here, so just gonna cut that. I think I lost $100 on that one. I'm not too concerned on that. We did get a red colors, a blue to red. Look at this down wick though, man. I guess I could have held that short. We are now getting a close to a 1226 cross on the downside. So we got that downward moving average cross. I definitely could have held that. But with that big spike and then, all this selling pressure coming in, I took that based off of the red candle here on the TTM, and the TTM was right, by the way. So 824. So we should have a new 3-minute candle. 1.2 to 2.1 on the TTM to the downside. I'm gonna take a look at the 3-minute candle. So 4.5, 3.8, 3.3, and 2.6 on the current. So it is still stacking momentum, even with this much sales, like sell orders, this many red candles. We had 12 minutes of solid red candles. And if I switch out to the 1 minute, I think we have like a few greens in there, but not very many. Yeah, we said 1, 2, 3, 3 greens. So now we'd be looking for a red-yellow move. Basically the same move right here, just repeated again. You can see that we're kind of holding 39.10 as a pretty decent area of support. As far as red stack goes, 1.2 to 2.0 to 2.9 on the TTM 1. So relatively decent downward momentum. I don't think this is going to last. I think that we're going to hold support around 39.10 and going to push back up towards 39.14. There's a little bit of a pop right there off of 39.10 down to up to 39.11. Going to switch this back over to 8 ticks, and I'm going to look for an entry now off of let's see, 2.0 to 3.0. I was going to look for an entry around 39.10 just because we're holding that support so well, but I haven't seen the switch on the TTM yet. Basically taking a support and resistance trade. Taking this based off of the 39.10 support that we're seeing pretty well. Just broke below it, so I probably got to cut, but 2.9 to 3.9. I'm gonna put this right here. Buyers and sellers really fighting at this resistance level, support level. 39.10 looking to become resistance now at this point. I might need to cut this trade. It's like so close. It won't let it touch 39.10. All right, I'm out. Another loss there. Still up 700 on the day, but peak of the day was up 1,500. So we've lost 800 over the last few minutes now. Yeah, so I've kind of figured out the balance with the mic and the music. Basically, I got to put my so I've got my mic dialed in. And then the music, I have to put it like right at 5, which is so low. And it's actually like, it's so low, it's kind of hard to like set it. That's 5% volume out of 100. But for whatever reason, when it picks up on the from the system audio, it amplifies the sound like a lot on YouTube side. Nice, man. Wenatchee. Wenatchee's tight. used to go to Wenatchee all the time. 5.5 to 6.0 to, let's see, 5.5 to 5.9. Getting some leveling on the TTM. So what we're gonna want to see here is, wow, we've almost dropped down towards these lows. But what we're gonna want to see here is we're gonna want to see these moving averages begin to converge again, and give us another attempt for this to go up to this 200 moving average. You see that 200 moving average ended up being pretty strong resistance because it did pop up, but then after popping up, it came down, rode the 200 moving average for a while before dropping. So that 200 SMA is pretty strong area of resistance most of the time. 5.5 to 5.9. Now getting a yellow candle here, which is just hovering between red and yellow. I'm going to wait to see a fully formed yellow, considering that this one is like dipping slightly almost below this. Time in this candle is another 30 seconds or so. Yeah, gonna wait for that fully formed. Or a reasonable move off of that, so. Okay. Join the bid here off of 7.5. This is actually the reason why I was waiting for that. I was worried it was going to do this exact thing that it's doing right now. Hopefully don't just grind down all our profits. I really do need to focus on like going short more often. But a lot of the time my brain just thinks in one direction. Occasionally I'm an ambit trader, and it works in both ways really well. Or sometimes I'm just like short only, but lately I've just been like on like looking for longs mostly in a incredibly bearish market, which is like just not the right way to do it, but it's where my brain is. Taking that trade right there. We made 50 on that. Try to get it when it was at 100. I'm gonna switch this back to like 2 ticks and just look for micro scalps again. 5.6 to 5.5 to 5.3. Not really seeing any stacking, even though it's yellow, is not enough to back to if we go back to this zone right here, like when this switched to red yellow, we saw that this went from 5.6, basically 5.7 to 5.7. So we had those like 2 flat red candles basically. And then we went to 5.3, so we moved up by 0.4, and then we moved up past that like much faster. We're getting a possible crossover now. We may be getting some more solid moves here. 5.5 to 4. Yeah, we are. So 4.9 to 4.4. Okay, so we're getting a little pullback now off of that like 9 EMA. I'm gonna put this back up at 8 ticks. And then I'm going to just join the bid right here. Trying to get in at like 39.08. And I'm going to look for a move up to the EMA 35. Some downward pressure coming in. 4.9 to 4.5, 4.6 or so on the TTM 1 minute chart. Switching over to the evaluation side and double clicking here to zoom in. And join the bid.
Order rejected.
Oh, why did it reject me? Oh, I know why it rejected me, because I'm on the 100K account. And it probably was a good thing anyway, because we're getting this drop. And I can only handle so much drop. 4.3, 4.0. So that rejected me because I was I still had 4 contracts selected, but I was on my 100K account, which only allows me to take 2 contracts. This is rejecting this breakout at the moment, and I think it is going to continue to reject it. So I do have to cut this trade. Wait for it to pop up back up slightly. See if I can get out with a micro profit on this. 4.3 to 4.1. That's not going to happen, so I'm just out. Lost another 300. Really grinding it down now. Lost over 1,000 in the last, I don't know, last 20 minutes. So we made 1,500. That probably would have been our cue to walk away. And here we are. 4.3 to 4.1 to 3.9. So all the momentum just left the TTM off of this red here. Funny enough, if you look at this one was almost like completely buys. Like, look at the difference there between the bulls and the bears. Bulls being the green. And this one was almost completely buys, as represented by the big up wick that I had. So really, this thing should have popped up to like probably the 35. And it didn't. And because it rejected, I mean, like, that makes me kind of like sketched out for future moves. This one was almost 50-50 on the bulls bears. 4.1 to 4.0 to 3.7. So again, some momentum coming back. We're gonna have to wait now for the 9 to get above 12, which I know we've mentioned before, but the reason why we were taking these trades in here more or less is we were getting this red to yellow switch. But the fact that this actually dropped even lower than our original breakout, this could indicate some more bearish moves ahead. That was a pretty nice pop there from 6 to 8. 4.0 to 3.4. Sort of an ABCD pattern right here. As you can see, it's kind of this long A, B, and C, and this is kind of the D area. A lot of resistance there at 39.09. I'm gonna measure this against a 3. Three has red candles on the TTM. Just jumping in and checking with y'all's. Well, Tiny, if you get an opportunity to hit up Leavenworth, it's only 45 minutes, maybe an hour away from Wenatchee. So, you know, just head out there, drop off in Leavenworth. It's a nice town, man. I don't know what the pass is like though right now. I mean, like that's like might be pretty crazy. I like that. That's awesome. It's a good way to just grab a little bit of yeah, 20 minutes. Okay, I knew they were close. It's been a minute though. All right, 3 minute. We are popping up. We're getting a red yellow switch on the 3 from 2.8 to 2.6. It's looking a little stronger now. Of a possible crossover inbound. 3.1 to 2.4 to 1.8. So it is looking a little stronger now. I'm gonna try again for another push up. Looking for a move up to that 50 moving average. Jumping over to the evaluation side, I'm on the 100K account. Got some sellers stepping in, halting that breakout. Damn. Every time, dude. Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. Every time there's like a breakout about to happen, dude, but you just get this like big drop. I don't know why I just said that. It just popped into my head. I'm like, am I being too greedy or something or what? But I've grinded all of my winnings down to 0. I totally call it winnings, like it's like the lottery or some crap. Ugh. Brush that off. Earnings. Just gonna put this in for like a micro profit. See if we pop back up. $2.2 to 2.0. No offense to anybody who plays the lottery or anything like that. I don't personally believe in it. Every economist since the 1600s has said more or less the exact same thing, which is the lottery is a tax on the poor. But I've heard every variation from a lottery is a tax on the stupid, which those are not my words. And I don't intend to call anyone stupid or anything of that nature. It's just this was a famous economist that Benjamin Franklin based a lot of his writings off of. I can't remember the guy's name, but he said that exact same thing. A lottery is a tax on the stupid, and it's just so I don't believe in that kind of thing. Just lottery mindset as well. The idea that fix it, like I see it with trading a lot, and I've personally done it. I gotta cut that. Holy moly. I've personally done it myself. We're right back to where we started. Where it's like a lottery mindset in trading would be like, I just need to get that one big trade to turn it around. Like I'm down 600 right now. Just need to take one big trade and it'll fix the whole thing. And like, so that's sort of like that lottery mindset where you're like coming here to be like, this thing's like a slot machine, more or less, just like random chance of winning. Like you gotta actually like learn for this if you want to be profitable at it. But I've known people that have learned and then still like look at it like it's like a lottery ticket. And also in entrepreneurship, throughout all my years, Um, like I built businesses online throughout the 2010s, and I taught a lot of other people how to build businesses. And one of the problems that really persisted in that niche of just like teaching people how to build a business online is that there were a lot of marketers out there that were like made, $10,000 in 20 days or 15 days, stuff like that. And while those claims are often true, you don't see what was beneath that surface. It's kind of like it took me 10 years to be an overnight success. And it's like all of a sudden that person who's been doing that thing for like 5 years, no one noticed, no one took notice of them or anything like that. All of a sudden, they've honed their craft so long that they've become so good at it that now what you're seeing is like the result of all of this training and all those things. And like that person with that skill set and that mindset and that and those hours, that training under their belt, that person is able to go out there and make that 10K in 15 days or something like that. That person's able to do that because that person took that time to learn all that stuff and do all that inner work as well. Not just learning the skills, but they took the time to figure out who they are and develop their own identity and all of these different things that make a major difference in how we think about money, how we earn money, and our capability to be able to attract it, as well as our own charisma, are all linked to. Charisma is this, it's sort of this attribute that we have as people that is directly linked to how we think of our own identity. Identity is a construct of the human mind, and it's something that we more or less choose, but our identities also shape our beliefs, and we act on our beliefs. So whether we understand it or not, whether we think about it consciously or we just act on it subconsciously, we act out our beliefs. And that's something that is very, very difficult for a lot of people to understand, because a lot of people will look at trading, for example, or entrepreneurship, and they'll be like, what is the formula? Like, what is your exact strategy? What are your exact numbers? How is it like, if I employ your strategy, I should be getting 65% accuracy. And it's like, nah, dude, like that's me employing my strategy, or that's somebody else employing my strategy. Like, I actually have like 87% accuracy with my own. But it's like, you can always tell somebody who doesn't understand something when they're like, I should be getting this exact result based off of what was said. And it's like, nah, man, like that's not how this works. Like, you have to, like, it's different for different people, and your identity factors heavily into that. So it's just some things like to really think about. Now I gotta read through this. Let's see. I want I wonder what you said ouch to. I'm just curious. Uh I think they know you have that gain, so do what they can to get it back from you versus us. The you versus us thing, by the way, like that is like the us versus them. That by far is the easiest way to rally people who don't think for themselves or people who are hurt, by the way. And that is like if you ever see like and politics and news does it endlessly, just constant, a constant barrage of it, where they are oh, I should have lost earlier. Yeah. Um the us versus them thing, politics and news does that endlessly, just constantly doing that. You know, um Democrats being like, it's the Republicans' fault. Republicans being like, it's the Democrats' fault. News being like, it's all of your guys' faults. You know, like, or news trying to pit us against, this politician or that politician, or trying to brainwash us in this direction or that direction. And it's like, the us versus them thing works really well on people that are already hurt or people that lack their own identity. And it's like those two things. And when people lack identity, what they're really a lot of times looking for is a tribe or a group of people that think and feel like how they do. Um, and that's honestly like, I mean, that's one of my motivations for this. I'm just like, man, like people need a home, dude. Like they really do. And, my hope is that I can create like, I've created homes online before for people and helped a lot of people change their lives and their realities. And so I just want to see if I can do it again. I want to see if I can help a lot of people and just see if I can change some lives again. Because that's really like, honestly, like that's genuinely what I care about. Because I could just trade in silence, and at times, like honestly, like I wonder if I would actually even be more profitable that way. But at the same time, it's like I don't know, like I've experienced a lot of life, and I think I almost like feel like a responsibility to like try to share this experience with people, and hope that I can help guide somebody towards something that they want, some sort of dream or goal or aspiration that they've been after. Need some drop off that little mini breakout there. Looking for this. Are we ever gonna get this crossover here? Or are we just gonna fail all day like we did yesterday? There's not really enough momentum in this CTM here. Trying to just focus on taking like super micro scalps. Rejecting off the 12 there. More sellers inbound. I'm gonna cut this. Another L. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just find myself up here just talking. Hey, that's awesome, Tiny. I'm really happy actually to hear you say that. Um, I really am, honestly. Not versus really, but I know the market makers and or bankers will manipulate us into bad trades. Yeah, they will. Uh, Especially with a balance we have grown. Yeah. No fault, just business really. Yeah, so I don't actually like I don't take it personally myself. I have before, like I have been like, the market makers, or the bears are just endlessly shorting, like what the hell? Like this breakout should have worked and this and that. And like I don't actually take it personally anymore because it is just business. And like market makers are going to do what they do. We all know the stock market's manipulated. We know like every stock is manipulated. It's like get over it. It just is what it is. Um, you're the one that chose to be in this game. You know, and so exactly. We do just need to be better traders. Um, the challenging part a lot of the time is that you are competing with yourself. Um, and I think that is like one of the biggest, like, I think it's just easier for a lot of people to blame than to accept responsibility. And I think that, like, anytime that we're like the market makers did this, or like the Fed did it, or the government did it, or any of those types of things, like, it feels kind of good to not have to like be like, I did it. Like, I bear some responsibility here. Like, I'm the one that entered the trade. Like, it should have worked, yeah, based off the pattern, but it's like, I mean, it didn't. So, get over it. Like, uh we do bear responsibility as traders. We bear responsibility as people for anything that we do. Like, every choice and action that we take, and whatever the consequences that come as a result of that. Like, we bear that responsibility. And I think it's honestly, it's like a major victim cop out mentality when we put that blame on others for decisions that we made. And I think that is something that a lot of people become blinded to, and that will truly keep somebody stuck. Um, my biggest failures to be able to help somebody to build a business or anything like that almost exclusively revolve around people that carried with them extremely strong like dead set victim mindset, victim mentality type stuff. That victim mentality thing is the one of the most challenging mindsets to overcome and to educate through, because they have a belief in identity as a victim. And the moment that you begin to identify as something, and that's what's so important about, like, the current political scene or the news scene right now, is that if you listen closely, almost everything that is being said is about your identity. It's about saying, like, which side of the fence are you on? How do you identify? What do you identify as? All these things. It's endless uh shaping and shifting of a person's identity, which creates confusion, which oftentimes puts them in a victim mentality. Someone who is in a victim mentality becomes they basically will blame everybody for their problems and more or less get stuck and have nowhere to go. If you're not in a victim mentality, though, you have a lot of opportunity available to you, especially, if you happen to be in one of the freer countries of the world, where you have some rights. I understand not every country gives people rights, but or much rights. But if you happen to be in one of those countries, if you don't have, if you have the right mentality, man, you can do anything. Big pop up there. And the bid here at
Order
675. Getting a little, like, a pretty much immediate pullback. Holy moly. Too much of a pullback. Down 2 ticks in this trade. I was looking for it to pop back up towards the green here, towards the 50 EMA. 9's above 12. Gonna hold on to this trade. Just looking for 3 ticks to the up. Holding on to it at the moment. Watching the bulls bears very closely. Currently, like, at break even on this trade. Come on. Two seconds left in this candle. Wow. Crazy. You did just get a cyan switch there. It's on my sell order, but it's not filling. It touched my sell order twice and didn't fill.
Order filled.
All right, there it filled. My original sell order was at 750. I dropped it down to just a single ticket profit, which is, not very much, but it's something. Profits, green is better than red, so up slightly in my 100K. We are getting a nice big rip now. In at 8.25 on paper side, looking for exit at 9.25. Big rip there. Wow. Pop up to 39.10. Ugh. Says possible 5,200 cross. That's kind of a ways out, because this is at 07 and that's at 15. That's like $8 away. It's a long way away. I might edit that to make it not be so far. Continuing to pop up. Crazy, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens in a row. I want to check this on the 3. Down 450 on the day. Our peak of the day was positive 1,500. 5.2 to 4.1. Will we actually get the TTM 3 breakout here? 9 is still below 12. Entry off of 39.12 looks reasonable. Look for a move up 39.13. 5.2 to 4.2. A lot of volume in this candle. I guess we're at the top of the hour. Wasn't paying attention to the clock. Taking a look at the 5. 5-minute chart looking like 7.8 to 6.1 on the TTM 5. We're going to get out right there at 39.13, which is where the EMA 35 is on the 5-minute chart. So we did get that down 250 on the day. This does have potential for another big move. We are just pretty much just straight ripping right now. 5.2 to 3.9. Even more volume coming in. This is at 8 ticks. Yeah, enjoying the bid here. In at 13.5. Would have liked to have got in like around like 12 or something like that, but basically just saw the thing just continuing to pop, so I was like, yeah, just join the bid. Although now we're getting a pullback on this, and we basically just gave up our profits that we just made, and then some. Just checking in with y'all's. All right, Tiny. Love and appreciate you. Thank you for joining. No worries. We're popping back up. I'll get my charts back up in a second. I'm just reading the comments. By the way, guys, if you are liking, if you are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And also, we haven't even talked about it yet today, but make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. If you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, these guys are awesome. Elite Trader Funding. You can earn get an account as low as 10K, as high as $300,000. Currently, I'm working on a 50K evaluation, and that allows me 8 contracts of the 8 minis or 80 micros. See how this trade is working out. Got a flag right there on there. But yeah, guys, I'm also working on the 100K static evaluation, which allows me 2 contracts in the mini or 20 micros with a profit target of 2,000. They did not have this 150K static evaluation in the past, and I wish they did. But yeah, wow, looks like they might have changed the price on that one. But this one allows you 4 contracts in the mini, 40 micros. We did get that trade, did just pop through. There it is. Now we're down $50 on the day. We're getting a nice pop up. I'm gonna jump to the evaluation side and just look to
Order
in at
filled.
14.75. I was actually about to cancel that trade. I'm gonna put this right at 15. I was actually about to cancel this trade, and it filled right when I was about to hit exit. Hands on the exit button. I'm out.
Order filled.
Took a pretty heavy loss on that one. Lost like 175 on the 100K evaluation. I honestly didn't like. I was going to cut that trade, and right as I made the decision to cut it, it dropped down and filled. And so that really kind of sucked, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. There is a link in the description, as well as a promo code to lock in a lifetime discount. Additionally, guys, there's another option as well. Apex Trader right now is offering a 80% off, an 80% off account, so you can actually get a 50K account for like $33 right now. And I'll drop a link here in the chat. You'll have to use this link in order to take advantage of that. Let me actually grab, I'm going to copy it. I don't want to type it. So I'm just going to copy the link here for you guys. But that'll give you 80% off at Apex as well. So if you guys want to earn funding in Apex, this is probably one of the cheapest options available right now. One of the least expensive ways to earn funding or get access to like 50K for like $33. It's crazy deal. Probably one of the best deals in trading right now, honestly. So I'll just put that up on the screen there. We don't belong. Resistance off that 200 moving average again. Switching this back to scalps. 2 ticks. Joining the bid here. Join the bid off 11. Look for a move up to 1150. Also jumping over here to the evaluation side. And switch this over to 2 ticks as well. On the bid off 11 and a quarter. I'm looking for a little pop up there at 1175. It's currently all right. There we go.
Order filled.
So made a tiny bit back on that. Unfortunately, we took this loss here. And like I said, I was about to cancel it, and then it just filled, and I was like, no. Now I'm in it. So it is what it is. Currently down 84 bucks in my 100K and up 165 in my 50K. Going slow. Not trying to just make the whole thing all at once. Honestly, like it'd be nice, but you know, I'm not trying to like push it too far. This actually looks like it does have the opportunity to actually break above that 200 moving average, as opposed to our earlier attempt. Couple of things that I see a little bit differently. First off, this was such a major rip, massive momentum, and I think that people are going to want to continue this momentum. We do have a crossover inbound. In fact, I'm going to adjust my crossovers here, my possible cross of the 50, 200. There you are. So I put this at 35. I think I might go to 25. Give you a little bit more. It's got to get closer. Still pulling up there. I'm gonna zoom out slightly. I want it like right here. I want to be able to see that much. Okay. So what do we see? We got the 50 pointed in the upward direction. The 200 is kind of stable. Gonna measure this against the 3-minute chart. Oh, so 3-minute actually just got a cyan switch here at 9:12, which is right now. Let me actually take a trade for that cyan switch. For 8. Join in here at 1250. And looking for a move up to 14.5. And then switching back to the 1. Actually, let's take a look at the 5 real fast. Oh, I need to do it quickly though. 5 looking like 4.2 to 2.8 on the TTM. So 5 getting some good momentum. So we're running into resistance at the EMA 35 on the 5-minute chart. 5's looking good though. Let's switch back to the 1-minute. And pull this back. And look over here on the eval side. .4, 4.1, 3.9. It's considering a trade off of like 13. Looks like I should have taken it. Also put this at 3 ticks. So we may come up here and test this 200 simple. Looks like we're about to. Looks like we're about to get some pretty bullish movement. If we can get above this 200 simple and stay above it, then we have room up to the volume weighted average price, which is right around 39.20. It's 39.19 really, but getting a cyan switch 3.9 to 4.0. I was expecting this to happen. That's why we took that trade, and that's why we took it for a little bit larger profits. Now I'm gonna look for a pullback to like 14, maybe 14.75. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because of all the rejections that we've had. I don't think it's gonna reject. I actually think we're gonna come up to the VWAP. There we are, just ripping on up. Should have just joined the bid. Join the bid here at 16.75 for a move up towards the volume weighted average price. A lot of buyer volume coming in. Pulling back to about 17 and a quarter. I'm very tempted to buy right here. New candle. Cut that one and took $100 off. Actually took 50 off. Just kind of dropped beforehand. I was very tempted to buy there at 17, and I didn't because I essentially saw it kind of like pulling back some, hitting some resistance. I just didn't want it to repeat something like that again, but this time move back down to like the 200. So basically I just don't want it to reject the VWAP and then get stuck in that. Because this momentum move kind of already happened here, so getting some really nice momentum moves today. It was a little bit of a challenging trade day for me, but I think it was really had to do more with patience than anything else. And I think that really makes a major difference. By the way, that link on the page there, that'll get you 80% off over at Apex if you guys are trying to earn funding there. Take advantage of it because they're only running that deal for a few days. Pulling back to the VWAP now. We got a possible crossover. The 50-200. The 50 is down here at 39.10. The 200 is at 39.15. It's about $5 apart. But only a few minutes ago they were like $7 apart. 9 is above 12. Everything is in bullish move. We do have some sell-off there, rejecting off the VWAP. This was actually why I didn't take that trade. Was I was worried that it was gonna reject before like pre-VWAP. But it ended up going up anyway, and then rejecting it after popping over. But nice big move there from 18 up to 19. Put this at like 4 ticks. You may see a pullback now to like the 9 EMA. We got this doji at the top. We do have some cooling candles on the TTM. So we may see some pullback to like the 9 EMA, the 12 EMA, or the 200. The 200 is down at 15 and a quarter. They're all really close together. The 12 is at 15 and a half, and the 9 is at 16. So I'm going to put this on 8 ticks, and I'm going to look for an entry off of 16 and a quarter. I don't know if it's going to pull back that far, but we'll see. I'm going to take a look at the 5-minute chart now. See what we got going on here. So the 5-minute chart, we've got the 9 above the 12. We are getting a cyan switch right now here at 9:15. We have a new candle here in about 5 seconds on the 5-minute chart. I'll bump this up to 17. All right, new 5-minute candle. So this one ended yellow, and this one is switching cyan at 1.7. We're in at 17. I'm looking to get out at 19, which is right at the VWAP. We are pulling back some. We've got 9 above 12, and we are looking very close on a crossover of the 1226 on the 5-minute chart. Pulling back to 15, so we're pulling back more to that 200 moving average. This has to hold. If this doesn't hold, first off, I'm going to cut this trade. But second off, that is going to take a lot of the momentum out of our sales if this 200 moving average doesn't hold. 4.1 to 3.6 to 3.1. A lot of cooling on that TTM there. So that's no bueno. Gonna put this at 17 and a half. And see where we're at. 3.6 to 3.2. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It really does make a difference to the community, makes the whole channel grow, makes the whole community grow, makes everybody just happy. Costs you nothing. You hit like, subscribe, and we would love and appreciate to have you be part of our family, the Optimistic Futures family. 3.6 to 3.2, 2.8. I'm going to cut this trade. Let me out. Okay. So that pretty much gave all of our profits yet again on the day. Really challenging in this respect on the day. I decided to cut that because I saw our peak of the day, by the way, is 1500. I decided to cut that because I saw this kind of cooling a little too much on the CTM from 3.2 to 2.8. Getting a doji down here at the bottom, which means we could get a little pop-up. 22. So we did get a 3-minute candle about a minute ago. 3 minutes looking like 3.1 to 4.2 to 5.1. So 3 minutes stacking pretty nicely. We have possible 5,200 crossovers on all 1, 3, and 5 charts. And this doji at the bottom, 2.8 to 2.4. Pulling back now to 14. Tried to short there, and it just didn't fill me very well. Filled me at 13. Still worked out. Made $100 back on that. Now up 150 on the day. I was shorting down to this EMA 35. It may look for some bounces off of this EMA 35, or may pull back to the 50 as well. The 35 and the 50 are both areas that we pull back to pretty often. So, all right, y'all, we're coming up on our time here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream for the day. Before you guys go, please like, subscribe, ring those bells for notifications. And also, guys, join our Discord community. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord. There's also a link in the description as well. So y'all can just click that link, but I'll also put it here in the chat. There it is, joelstraight.com/Discord. So join that community, guys. We do have a really uplifting community. It's small, but our whole community is designed to help people get better. We've got people jumping on calls with each other, helping each other with with trade strategies. We talk about everything from entrepreneurship to philosophy to life lessons, all of those different things. We have a whole philosophy and an entire culture developing here. So we would love to have you guys be a part of that. Come join our family in the Discord community. It's free. So just join on in. And also, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, you can see Apex is having a deal right now where everything is 80% off. So you can get a 50K account for just $33. Or let me show my screen here. Or y'all can check out Elite Trader Funding, which is something that I'm personally using as well. You can get a 50K evaluation. Right now, this is what I'm working on. This is 8 contracts, the mini 80 micros. Profit target of 3,000 of the max drawdown of 2,000. And you can use the link in the description, promo code JSBEST, and that will hook you up with a lifetime discount as well. Just make sure that whether you go with Apex, which there's also a link in the chat, and I put it up on the screen there. If you go with Apex or if you go with Elite Trader Funding, just make sure that you guys understand everything. Elite Trader Funding has the See More Details button, which explains each individual account type. So they have one step, they have fast tracks, they have end-of-day drawdowns, they have stats the same way. Apex has these, they call them full. These are the ones with trailing max drawdowns. Then they have statics as well, like this one. And this is also like what we have over at Elite, where it's like $2,000 profit goal, 625 total drawdown. But you can get 80% off of all of these right now on Apex, or at Elite Trader Funding. You can lock in a lifetime discount using the link as well as the promo code JSBEST, and lock in some lifetime deals as well. So guys, with all that said, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to join in. I'm going to go over to our Discord group, and I'm going to post our results on the day there. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, and we'll be trading some futures, working on our evaluations. All right, guys, much love and appreciation. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:30. Peace.